Good morning, everyone. In this video, I'm discussing physics previous week assignment, which was submitted this Sunday. So please go through this video carefully and know your mistakes. So one mark question is, as you can see on your right, can displacement be zero even when distance is not zero? Yes, displacement can be zero even when distance is not zero. Can distance traveled by an object be smaller than the magnitude of its displacement? No, distance cannot be smaller than magnitude of its displacement. A particle is moving with a uniform velocity. What is its acceleration? So you know that when a particle is moving with a constant velocity, the acceleration is zero. So let me just write the answers here. So the first answer was, can displacement be zero even when distance is not zero? Yes. Second answer is no. Third answer is, what is the acceleration of a uniform velocity? So the acceleration is 0 meters per second, which is per second square only, right? This also. All right. Moving to question number 4. How can you get speed of an object from its distance time graph? So if you have a distance time graph, distance on the y-axis and time on the x-axis, how can you get the speed? So basically the slope of distance time graph, slope of distance time graph gives you speed, right? It is the speed. So that's what you should have written. Slope of a distance time graph gives you the speed. All right. Moving to question number 5. How can you get distance of an object from a speed time graph? So you know that distance, you can get the distance of an object from a speed time graph by finding the area under the curve. So we can write area under the curve is equal to the distance. That's it. So area under the curve of a speed time graph, right, gives you the distance. All right. 6. A brick and an elephant are in free fall. What is common in their motion? So now you know that under free fall, when you drop object under free fall, only one force acts on the object, which is force due to gravity. Okay, and because of that force, there is an acceleration, which is acceleration due to gravity, g. Right? It has a value 9.8 meters per second square. So in this case, if you have dropped brick and elephant at the same time and they are under free fall, then you will see that both the brick and the elephant have one thing in common, which is uniform acceleration. So the common thing is uniform acceleration, which is acceleration due to gravity. All right. So the answer is acceleration due to gravity is common in both the cases. All right. Moving to question 7, when an object is thrown vertically upwards, what is its velocity at the highest point? You know that if an object is thrown upwards, definitely it will come back, right? It will not go forever. So it will come back, नीचे की तरफ वापस आएगा. But at a highest point, जहाँ से वो अपनी डायरेक्शन रिवर्स करता है, उस पॉइंट पे, because it has stopped for a while, तभी तो वो नीचे आ रहा है, it has changed its direction. So at the highest point, if the object has stopped, तो स्टॉप पे वेलोसिटी ऑब्जेक्ट का 0 हो जाएगा. So the answer is 0 meters per second. Okay. Question 8 is, can velocity and acceleration point in opposite direction? Okay, so let's say an object is moving in one direction and it has a velocity in that direction. So acceleration उस direction में भी हो सकता है, acceleration velocity के opposite direction में भी हो सकता है. तो ऑपोजिट का एक एग्जाम्पल है, व्हेन एन ऑब्जेक्ट इज थ्रोन अपवर्ड्स. अगर आप ऑब्जेक्ट को ऊपर की तरफ फेंकते हो तो वेलोसिटी, जिस डायरेक्शन में आप ऑब्जेक्ट को भेज रहे हो, फेंक रहे हो, उसी डायरेक्शन में उसका वेलोसिटी है, राइट? तो वेलोसिटी इज इन अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन. But in this case, the acceleration which is acting on the object is in the downward direction. Why? Because it is always under the force of gravity and it wants to come down. Okay, so when you throw an object upwards, हर एक पॉइंट पे उस पे एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी लगता है, विच इज 9.8 meters per second square. And the direction of this acceleration is downwards because अर्थ उसको पुल करती है, अर्थ अपना फोर्स ऑफ ग्रेविटी लगाती है, तो वो डाउनवर्ड की तरफ है. So answer will be, can velocity and acceleration point in opposite direction? Yes. Yes, they can point in opposite direction. Now, question number 9 is convert 1 kilometer per hour into meters per second. Now, it's clearly written that you have to show the conversion. Convert likha hai. Many students have just written the answer 5 upon 18. That's not enough. You have to show the conversion. Now, to show the conversion, you need to know the basic conversion factor, which is, let's say, 1 kilometer equals to 1000 meters, right? Then you will write 1 hour equals to 3600 seconds, right? Then you will write the conversion factor, which is given 1 kilometer per hour will be equal to 1 kilometer is 1000 meters, just put 1000 meters. 1 hour is 3600 seconds, so just put 3600 seconds. And then you have your answer, which is when you solve 1000 by 3600, you will get 5 upon 18 meters per second. That is how you have to show this part, and this is for 1 marks. अगर नहीं show किया है ये conversion, so you have been given 0. Okay, so moving to 2 marks question. Alright. So question number 1 is simple, differentiate scalars and vectors. So you can write any two differences. First of all, you have to write their main basic definition, which is scalar are the numbers or the quantities which have only magnitudes. Vectors are the quantities with magnitudes as well as directions. Okay. The second example, the second point can be their the differences like distance is a, for example, distance is a scalar quantity and displacement is a vector quantity. I think you can write this. Question number 2, what is retardation? Now, first of all, you will start this answer with retardation is a negative acceleration, which means that with increase in time, the velocity of an object decreases. That's it. That's what you have to write. So you know that retardation दूसरा नाम है negative acceleration का. और negative acceleration होता है अगर कोई object की speed, starting speed ज़्यादा है और time के साथ साथ उसकी स्पीड कम होती जा रही है, डिक्रीज होती जा रही है स्पीड, तो उस केस में ऑब्जेक्ट इज सेड टू हैव रिटार्डेशन. So what is retardation? Retardation is a negative acceleration, which means that the velocity of an object keeps on decreasing with increase in time. Now, how does it affect the speed? यहाँ लिखना है, यहाँ पे बताना है स्पीड को कैसे अफेक्ट करता है. It decreases the speed over time. That's it. जैसे जैसे आप टाइम बढ़ाते हो, स्पीड को डिक्रीज करता है. ठीक है, मतलब इनिशियल स्पीड ज्यादा होगी स्टार्टिंग वाली और फाइनल स्पीड कम होगी, तभी उस केस में रिटार्डेशन होगा. Question number 3, can speed of a body vary with its velocity constant? Explain. Okay, so it's a very good question. Now it says that first you know that velocity is speed, the magnitude and the direction, right? तो मैंने बताया था for example in case of a uniform circular motion कि अगर velocity को change होना है, if velocity needs to be changed, तो या तो आप speed को change करो या आप direction को change करो या आप दोनों change करो. तो अगर आप either one भी change होता है then velocity changes. But अगर velocity constant है, यहाँ यही बोल रहे हैं ना, can speed of a body change if its velocity is constant? So you know that अगर velocity ही constant है तो इसका मतलब speed भी constant है और उसका direction भी change नहीं हो रहा है. That's what is meant by velocity being constant. पर यहाँ तो बोल रहे हैं अगर velocity constant है तो क्या speed vary कर सकता है, change कर सकता है? The answer is no. No, the speed cannot change if the velocity is constant, because we know that velocity has a magnitude, which is speed, and it has a direction. So if velocity is constant, then its speed and its direction both are constant, both are fixed. So we can say that the speed of a body cannot change if the velocity of the body is constant. Speed को भी constant होना पड़ेगा. Okay. Moving to question number 4, why is circular motion with a constant speed called the accelerated motion? So you know that what is an accelerated motion? An accelerated motion in which the velocity of an object changes, right? उसी को हम accelerated motion बोलते हैं ना, जिसकी velocity change होती है. तो यहाँ पे बोल रहे हैं एक circular motion में speed तो constant रहती है, फिर हम उस motion को एक accelerated motion क्यों बोलते हैं? तो यू नो दैट की सर्कुलर मोशन में स्पीड कांस्टेंट रहती है, बट ड्यू टू द चेंज इन डायरेक्शन एट ईच एंड एवरी पॉइंट ऑफ द सर्कल, सर्कल पे अगर आप हर एक पॉइंट पे ऑब्जेक्ट का डायरेक्शन देखें, एक लाइन बना के, एक वेक्टर ड्रॉ करके, यू विल सी दैट हर एक पॉइंट पे डायरेक्शन डिफरेंट है। तो अब डायरेक्शन डिफरेंट हो गया है, दोनों में से एक चीज डिफरेंट है, ठीक है, स्पीड या फिर डायरेक्शन। सो डायरेक्शन इज डिफरेंट, दैट मीन्स की वेलोसिटी ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट इज चेंजिंग. So if the velocity is changing, then the object is said to have an accelerated motion. Okay, so the answer is that because of the change in direction at each and every point on a circular motion. Question 5. What does a speedometer and odometer indicate? So speedometer indicates the speed of an object and odometer indicates the distance traveled by the object. That's it. Moving to 3 marks question, and these are very important. So let's just look at 3 marks question and question number 1. If an object is thrown vertically upwards with a speed 49 meters per second, ध्यान से समझते हैं, ऑब्जेक्ट को ऊपर की तरफ फेंका गया है इतनी स्पीड से, तो भाई इनिशियल स्पीड है ये, मैंने बॉल को पकड़ा है और मैंने इस स्पीड से बॉल को ऊपर फेंका है, दैट इज 49 meters per second. तो हाउ लॉन्ग डज इट टेक टू कंप्लीट अपवर्ड जर्नी, कितना टाइम लगेगा उसे ऊपर जाने में? तो अब हमेशा तो ऊपर नहीं जाएगी, यू नो दैट इट विल रीच सम हाईएस्ट पॉइंट एंड देन इट विल कम बैक, राइट? तो अब हमें टाइम निकालना है, जब मैंने बॉल को ऊपर फेंका और वो हाईएस्ट पॉइंट तक पहुंची, उस बीच में कितना टाइम लगा बॉल को पहुंचने में, दैट आई हैव टू फाइंड. एंड इन द सेकंड पार्ट आई हैव टू फाइंड द मैक्सिमम हाइट, कितनी हाइट उसने अचीव करी हाईएस्ट पॉइंट तक. तो सबसे पहले हमें टाइम निकालना है. नाउ यू नो दैट यू विल बी यूजिंग इक्वेशंस ऑफ मोशंस हियर, तो बहुत ध्यान से देखना है कौन सी इक्वेशन यूज करनी है. तो लेट्स जस्ट डू दिस. इनिशियल्स पहले गिवन लिखना जरूरी है हर एक क्वेश्चन में. सो गिवन में आएगा इनिशियल स्पीड विच इज u इक्वल्स टू 49 meters per second, right? Got it? Then what is the final velocity? Can you tell? Okay, so now object has to reach a highest point. So initial velocity is 49, but the highest point पे जो velocity होगी that will be 0. V equals to 0 meters per second. Okay, fine. So you have u value, v value. Now do you know acceleration? Yes, I know the acceleration because an object is going. Okay, let me just take this as here. So acceleration will be in this case minus 9.8 meters per second square. Okay. Yeah. So why the acceleration is minus 9.8? First of all, an object is going upward. अगर object ऊपर जा रहा है and the force of gravity is acting in a downward direction with an acceleration of 9.8. तो नीचे की तरफ एक्ट कर रहा है acceleration और velocity ऊपर है. इस वजह से मैंने नेगेटिव साइन लगाया है because both have opposite direction. Alright. तो acceleration आप यूज करोगे minus 9.8. Initial velocity is 49. Final velocity is 0. Okay. So all the given data we have. Now I have to find time. So using first equation of motion that we have here is v equals to u plus ct. That's it. यहाँ से time निकालना है. So time equals to, that will be v minus u divided by a. Okay. Yeah. So you can write simply v is final velocity, which is 0, right? Minus initial velocity is 49, right? And then we have the acceleration, divide karo minus 9.8. Please don't forget to put minus here. So the answer will be, you can just calculate this minus 49 minus 9.8, minus cancels out. So the answer comes out to be as 49 divided by 9.8. Alright. You can also do one thing to simplify your questions. You can use the acceleration value as 10. Okay, so 9.8 को हम approximately 10 ले लेते हैं अभी के लिए. That just to make our calculation simpler. So this will be minus 10 and this will be very easy. So negative cancels out and I have this, so which is equals to 4.9 seconds. So this is the value of time that I have. कि 4.9 seconds में एक object जो initial velocity 49 meter per second से जा रहा है, वो अपना upward journey complete करेगा. At a highest point, it will reach within 4.9 seconds. Okay. So the second part is to find the height, मतलब उसने कितना distance travel करा है इस time में. So you can just use the second equation of motion, or you can use the third equation of motion, whatever you feel is good. So let's just use the second equation of motion. Okay, so you can use S equals to ut plus half. Okay, so let's use equation third. Using third equation of motion, which is v square. Okay, v square minus u square equals to 2as. Yeah, that is the equation, which is the third equation of motion. You can find s from here. So just calculate s, and that will be s will be v square minus u square divided by 2a. You know that v square, v is 0. Initial velocity is 49. Actually, I'm just writing the formula, and I'm not writing the whole thing. So this will be, here I can write v square minus u square divided by 2a. Yeah, so that is the formula, and you can just substitute the values and you can find the distance. All right. Okay. Moving to question number 2. An object starting from rest covers 20 meters in first 2 seconds and 160 meters in next 4 seconds. What is its velocity after 7 seconds from the start? Now, तो अगर हम देखें, हमें वेलोसिटी निकालनी है 7 सेकंड्स के अंदर. ठीक है. अब ऑब्जेक्ट यहाँ पे ना एक अपवर्ड या डाउनवर्ड मोशन नहीं कर रहा है कि हम आराम से एक्सेलरेशन को 9.8 ले सकते हैं. नहीं कर रहा है ऑब्जेक्ट ऐसा. ऑब्जेक्ट इज जस्ट मूविंग ऑन अ प्लेन और अ हॉरिजॉन्टल प्लेन. सो हमें उसकी वेलोसिटी निकालनी है. अब वेलोसिटी के लिए यू नो दैट कि तुम्हें एक्सेलरेशन पता होना चाहिए, राइट? तो एक्सेलरेशन के लिए हम क्या करेंगे, हम गिवन डेटा का यूज करेंगे, विच इज हमें डिस्टेंस दे रखा है कि वो 20 मीटर डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल कर रहा है पहले 2 सेकंड में. ठीक है. उसके बाद बोल रहा है जैसे 2 सेकंड खत्म होते हैं उसके बाद वो 160 मीटर कवर करता है अगले 4 सेकंड में. प्लीज कीप दिस इन माइंड, ये जो नेक्स्ट 4 सेकंड है ये 2 सेकंड के बाद वाला टाइम है. ठीक है. तो अब okay, fine, let's find the acceleration here. So the given data is the distance traveled is 20 meters in first 2 seconds. So you can just write given, and then okay, so the distance traveled is 20 meters and time is 2 seconds. Okay, so 20 meter distance travel हो रहा है 2 सेकंड के अंदर. An object starting from rest से start कर रहा है, right? So rest से start कर रहा है, so the initial velocity of an object is 0 meters per second. Why? Because an object is at rest. Now let's just find the velocity. So let's just find the velocity at this after 2 seconds. Okay. So using the equation, what we can do is that we don't have to find the velocity. We know we want the acceleration, right? So हम acceleration निकाल लेंगे. So acceleration के लिए I will use second equation of motion, which is s equals to ut, all right, plus half, right, into at square. Okay, yeah. So that is the equation of motion, and that you can use. तो अब हमें यहाँ पे सारी quantities पता हैं. That's why मैंने ये इक्वेशन यूज करी है, क्योंकि मुझे यहाँ से एक्सेलरेशन मिल जाएगा. मुझे s पता है, u पता है, t पता है, तो मैं a निकाल सकती हूँ. तो इजीली जस्ट ट्राई टू रीअरेंज द इक्वेशन. तो s की वैल्यू पुट करो 20. नाउ u इज 0, राइट? तो ये टर्म 0 हो जाएगा. दिस विल बी जस्ट हाफ मल्टीप्लाई बाय at स्क्वायर. सो हाफ, राइट, multiply by a you have to find. So a is like this. T square will be 2 into 2, which is 4. Okay, so this is the equation. Now from here you can find the equation of find the value of a. So 2 and 4 cancels out, you will get 2, and the value of a comes out to be as 10 meters per second square. Okay, that is what the value of a, the acceleration is 10 meters per second square. Okay, बट हमें कैसे पता कि हमें यही एक्सेलरेशन यूज करना है अगले, मतलब स्टार्टिंग से 7 सेकंड्स के बाद भी? क्या पता जो ऑब्जेक्ट है वो एक्सेलरेट कर गया हो, राइट? उसका एक्सेलरेशन चेंज हो गया हो. हमें नहीं पता. कि भाई अगर वो फर्स्ट 2 सेकेंड में इतना डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल कर रहा है और उसका इस एक्सेलरेशन से ट्रैवल कर रहा है, तो देयर इज नो गारंटी कि भाई वो 7 सेकेंड्स के अंदर अंदर भी, if you have to find the velocity after 7 seconds, then it was traveling with this same acceleration. There is no guarantee of that. So to prove this कि भाई वो same acceleration से ही travel कर रहा है throughout 7 seconds, आपको ये second data use करना है. ओके, तो सेकेंड डेटा आप यूज करेंगे. सेकेंड डेटा बोल रहा है कि अब 2 सेकेंड के बाद जब ऑब्जेक्ट ने इतना डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल किया विद इन 2 सेकेंड, इतना एक्सेलरेशन आ गया ऑब्जेक्ट में, उसके बाद ऑब्जेक्ट ने 160 मीटर ट्रैवल किया अगले 4 सेकेंड में. तो 160 मीटर ट्रैवल किया, सो एस इक्वल्स टू 160 meters. So s equals to 160 meters, right? Okay. Then in next 4 सेकेंड, तो अब आप 2 सेकेंड के एंड पे हो, ठीक है. 2 सेकेंड के एंड पे ऑब्जेक्ट पहुंच गया. अब अगले 4 सेकेंड में उसने इतना डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल किया. कैन यू टेल मी द इनिशियल वेलोसिटी? The initial velocity of the object. Okay, so let's just do one thing. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to find the acceleration again to see that if the acceleration comes out to be same or not. Okay, so s is 160. Next 4 सेकेंड मतलब time is 4 seconds. Okay, and the initial velocity you can take as, okay, because the object is now starting from 2 seconds. Okay, so you can write the initial velocity as okay, just wait. Okay, so if you take it as 0, then you will have the value of a as, yeah, so you will take the value 0 because after 2 seconds, 2 seconds के बाद ऑब्जेक्ट रेस्ट पे आ गया. अब हम उसके आगे की बात कर रहे हैं, तो 2 सेकेंड पे भी अब ऑब्जेक्ट has a velocity 0. So this is the velocity. So just apply this equation again. ये पूरा इक्वेशन दोबारा से अप्लाई करो यहाँ पे, ठीक है, and find the value of a. Use s as 160, time as 4 seconds. This will be 0 because u is 0. So you will see that your a comes out to be again 10 meters per second square. Okay, yeah, so you now see that during the entire journey, within first 2 seconds, when it covered distance 20 meters, the acceleration of an object was 10. Now in next 4 सेकेंड आगे कंटिन्यूएशन में the acceleration is again 10. तो इससे ये पता चलता है कि ऑब्जेक्ट की जर्नी कैसी है, कांस्टेंट एक्सेलरेशन से ऑब्जेक्ट ट्रैवल कर रहा है. तो नाउ यू कैन इजीली फाइंड the velocity after 7 seconds from the start. Okay, so now you can find easily so let's just say an object is starting from rest, so u is 0, right? So u is 0 meters per second, comma, what is the acceleration of an object? 10. Yes, so now you will be using the value 10. Okay, जो हमने अभी ऊपर के पार्ट में निकाला है और क्रॉस वेरीफाई किया है कि जो ऑब्जेक्ट है वो कांस्टेंट एक्सेलरेशन से मूव कर रहा है, तभी मैं ये एक्सेलरेशन यूज कर सकती हूँ. Many students have not shown this part, they have just shown the first part. I have deducted the marks, so please keep this in mind. So acceleration you will be using 10, initial velocity is 0, time is given as 7 seconds. It's very easy. Now you can just use first equation of motion, which is v equals to u plus at. Now from here let's find v. So v is equal to u is 0 plus acceleration is 10 multiplied by 7, which is this. So the answer comes out to be as 70 meters per second. So this is your answer, the velocity after 7 seconds. क्या खास बात है इस क्वेश्चन में, क्योंकि आपने एक्सेलरेशन ऊपर वाले पार्ट से निकाला है और उसको आपने यहाँ पे यूज किया है, ठीक है. Okay, moving to question number 5, which is the last question of this assignment. All right. Question number 5 marks question is, a car is moving at a rate of 72 km per hour. The speed is given and applies brake. तो इतनी पहले ये इनिशियल वेलोसिटी दे रखी है, फिर अब उसने ब्रेक अप्लाई किया, यू नो दैट कि ऑब्जेक्ट विल कम एट रेस्ट. और ब्रेक अप्लाई करने से वेलोसिटी धीरे धीरे कम हो रही थी, उसकी वजह से एक रिटार्डेशन हुआ, नेगेटिव एक्सेलरेशन ऑफ अ वैल्यू 5 meters per second square. How much time does the car takes to stop? Okay, you have to find the value of time. Okay, the initial velocity of the car is 72 kilometer per hour. Let's just convert this value into meters per second. Multiply 72 by 5 upon 18. Okay, and then you will see that the value comes out to be as 20 meters per second. Please don't forget to convert these values into meters per second. Those are the SI units. You have to convert them into meters per second. All right. So that's what it is. And all right. Okay. So the initial velocity is 20 meters per second and it applies the brake. So final velocity is 0. क्योंकि ब्रेक अप्लाई कर दिया है उसने तो रुकेगा अब ऑब्जेक्ट जो कार है. कितना एक्सेलरेशन है? एक्सेलरेशन इज retardation means negative acceleration, so acceleration is minus 5 meters per second square. Okay, so this is the value of A. Don't forget to put minus sign because it is retardation. तो acceleration negative होगा इस केस में. बस आपको सारी values पता है. Use equation first equation of motion equals to u plus at and calculate the value of time from here, which is v minus u divided by a. So it's very easy. Just calculate the value of t. So v is 0, u is 20. So this will be minus 20 divided by minus 5. So that will give you 4 seconds. Okay. Negative negative cancels out and you get the time as 4 seconds. तो 4 सेकंड के अंदर कार रुक जाएगी. ठीक है. The part second is how much distance does the car cover before coming to rest? अब आपको time मिल गया है. You can just apply the second equation of motion, which is f equals to ut plus half at square. Or you can apply third equation of motion, which is v square equals to u square plus 2af. And you can find the value of s from both the cases. ठीक है. तो आपको सारा given data already दिया हुआ है and you can just find the s. Question number 3. What would be the stopping distance needed if speed of the car is doubled? Now, stopping distance फिर आप second part में already stopping distance ही निकाल रहे हो. Third part में बोल रहा है अगर आप speed को double कर देते हो, मतलब initial speed 20 है, so if you double the speed which becomes 40 meters per second, उस case में s क्या होगा? So I'm telling you to use this equation, which is v square minus u square equals to 2as. I'm telling you to use this equation, right? So from here you can find just s, which is v square minus u square divided by 2a. So just put the values and you can find the value of s in both the cases. तो पहले सेकंड केस में निकाले s का वैल्यू कितना है और फिर सेकंड थर्ड केस में आप इनिशियल वेलोसिटी को डबल करेंगे फिर आप s का वैल्यू निकालेंगे कितना आएगा. ठीक है. So that was all about the physics assignment that I gave you and it consists of 30 marks. So I hope you all have cleared your doubts. So whenever you get your assignment back, you can check this video and you can look at your doubts कहाँ कहाँ पे गलती करी है.